Hello, my name is Dean Ramsden, and I'm a therapeutic energy healer. In this short video, I want to look at the growth and education of a professional energy healer, someone who, probably like myself, has explored various ways to help others with energy work, but now is looking for that next level of their work. I believe that therapeutic energy work in its various options and styles rests on the important foundations of our non-therapeutic or transmission-only energy work and builds a framework of personal healing and growth for the client that keeps that client on their own personalized evolution path. Let me go through what I see are the important stages of energy work education and practice and point out where the vital aspects of a modern-day energy healing practice can be found and how we can create a new structure for their healing. The old term for energy healing was a spiritual healer, a psychic healer, with the alternative term shamanic practitioner also to refer to energy healing. This is where a sensitive individual finds themselves impelled in some manner to be a transmitter for the spirit world, to allow non-human, non-material energies to pass through them and into or towards another person. The result of this transmission often leads to the healing of some ailment or physical issue and happens without much training on the part of the healer. You may also have heard the term faith healer in this regard to refer to the use of hands-on energy work in religious groups, where the energy being channeled is an expression of divine manifestation. So for those of us raised in a Christian culture, Jesus was the original hands-on healer, and healing is one way to celebrate and emulate Jesus. But we also find the same act of energy healing throughout the world and in most cultures, such as China and South America. Energy healing is a system of working in specific ways. Starts here in the Western world, with Mesmer in Europe, with the Theosophists at the turn and early part of the 20th century, and is then polished and elevated by the late 20th century healers such as Rosalind Bruyere, healing touch practitioners, Barbara Brennan, and other popularizers of energy healing, such as Reiki. What all of these styles of energy healing have in common is the natural ability many people have to bridge the spiritual worlds with our human world and to positively impact the health and well-being of a client. Many healers remain with this basic approach of intuitively and respectfully working with a client, passing on to those they help the specialized, the personalized energies that pass through the healer herself or himself for the benefit of the client's health and well-being. You become, as healer, an instrument or vehicle for the spirit world, which in itself has some problems, as the act of being a healer for another is stressful to the healer. Without training in self-care, the healer herself can become exhausted over time, and his or her emotional and mental framework can be negatively impacted. Yes, the energy healer participates in the higher energies passing through them and to the client, but their own personal and healing process will be triggered as a matter of course. The channel of healing from the spirit world is herself or himself impacted by what is flowing towards the client, and often that energy is raw and unfiltered. It itself needs to be cleared and processed by the healer, not just offered to the client herself. With this in mind, let's turn to an evolution of energy work that we can call therapeutic energy work. In this style of working with clients, inherited from modern-day energy workers like Barbara Brennan and others, the healer works with their own personal process actively and at the same time as working with the client. Instead of being a passive instrument, the therapeutic energy healer monitors the impact of spirit energy flows both on the client and on themselves. This is not only for the goal of self-care and protection on the part of the healer, because by working their own healing process, while at the same time being a channel for the spirit world, the raw energies moving into the client to support them are slightly modified and fine-tuned for the client. Now this results in a less dramatic healing event for the client. It rather drip feeds the spirit world energies into their energy body in a way that can be more easily integrated over time, assimilated into their practical lives. And this modulation of energies is a part of my own energy healing work with clients. I've developed ways to help clients focus and manage this drip drip of energies, this slow and steady assimilation of useful and vital energies into their lives. So I offer several resources for my clients. The first resource is the recording of the session itself. And although most people do not read a transcript of their sessions, the dialogue between the healer and the client contains the fundamental elements of where the energy work needs to go. But of course, first the client needs to feel the healer both understands them and values what is trying to emerge in the client's life. Not everyone can listen to the audio of their own voice on a recording, but reading a transcript of what happened is usually less stressful and can be informative. And with the advent of AI software, which can generate summaries of conversations and point out actionable changes that can be explored, the transcripts of your sessions become a research resource for your own healing journey. But if the client prefers not to use the transcript, which many don't, the healer can use the transcripts to refer to over time to track and validate progress. The second resource a therapeutic energy healer can offer is an audio recording of the distance healing they give to the client. In the audio healing session will be the frequencies and flows of the energy work, allowing the healing to be replayed and reinforced by the client on her own time. With this healing recording, the client now has a convenient way, again, to drip feed, to add energy work slowly over time into their energy body. And for those who have difficulty listening to just a voice, I now offer chakra tones or meditative music just beneath the words spoken in the healing. The use of music in healing is always governed by our personal taste, our preferences, but this additional resource, the Healing Plus Underlying Chakra Tones, is available to the client to try out for themselves and see if it supports personal healing and their personal transformational work. The last support a therapeutic energy healer can offer is to use a working model of the healing journey itself that provides helpful and a practical context to the client's experiences. For decades now, I have used a 6-session format that provides the structure of 6 weekly sessions that move chakra by chakra up the client's energy body. And these apply the same focus in the series for that client. Our challenges in health or in personal growth don't just lie in a single blocked chakra or even a psychological diagnosis. Rather, change happens when the entire energy system is addressed, is worked with, and is adjusted to perform at its best. Working chakra by chakra either in a single session or in a 6-session series gives the client a recognizable context for their journey. On my YouTube channel and on my website, you will find specific talks on how each chakra adds to the system, each chakra can recover from damage and develop to its best function, as well as you'll read about or hear about other forms of energy work, including chakra cord work. From the safety and grounding of their personal self-identity all the way to expansive experiences of themselves, clients can use a sequential chakra healing process to get noticeable results that add value and happiness to their lives. I hope this short video gives you food for thought about your own healing journey and for how you can also activate your therapeutic self. A therapeutic self is an individual who not only heals from the past, but actively works to create their future and to reach their highest potential. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.